It's funny how stuff turns out sometimes, because when I was a little girl, I was preparing for this type of thing with the Legacy Theater Production Company, and I didn't even know it. I used to put on plays in my backyard. We had a really big backyard, and I used to gather all the neighborhood kids and my brother, and we put on productions in a playhouse that I had. It was about the size of a one-car garage. It was like, I guess, now the storage units that they call it, but it had 2 windows, 2 doors, electricity, and all that. And we decorated it, my friends and I, sometimes to make it into like a little mini house. So we put productions on in there, and make our parents come and watch. Sometimes they watched, sometimes they didn't. For me, it was just the joy of putting stuff together. And it's so ironic because I had no idea as a I guess I was probably, it was before junior high school, so maybe 8 to 11 years old I was doing that. And I would direct all of my friends, tell them what to do, where to go, how to act this part out, how to do this part. I need you to do this, I need you to do that. And I would give them characterizations, like written characterizations of their characters, tell them to go home and study it. I write down their name, their address. I would cut pictures out of, the apartment guides that they had back in the day. I would cut pictures out of those, because I even had it in my mind then. Okay, this is what this person's house looked like. This is what this person's house looked like. I write a character background, family, friends, how many brothers and sisters that they had, all of that. And it's so crazy to me now when I look back on it, because I'm like, Kenya, you were preparing for this as a child. Back then it was kids play, child's play. I had no idea that once I became almost 40 years old, everything I had done as a kid would manifest itself later in my life into actual short films that I write, produce, and direct, and theater productions that I write, produce, and direct, and act in as well. I acted in some of the things we did when I was a kid, and it's just amazing. It's amazing how life turns out. It's amazing how God puts something in you, or how you prepare yourself for something at such a young age, and you don't really, I don't say you take it for granted, but because you're young, you don't really think about it, and then you get older and you're like, oh, okay. Now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Yeah.